searched wide and or far and wide to find a great replacement, and came up with the Porch Parade, inspired by the Festival of Roses up in Portland, whose parade got canceled. So we saw their setup, and we're going, let's do that for Fremont. And we got an overwhelming response with over 130 entries.
Yeah.
Basically, we're asking all residents, businesses, and neighborhoods to be creative, have fun, and decorate your house, your front porch, your business storefront with the most patriotic designs, most inspirational messages, creative design, layouts, and just have fun with it. And basically inspire your neighbors, inspire the people driving down the street to have fun, put a little sense of Fremont pride in them. And we've done that. You drive down Fremont and you see these houses and these businesses, and it makes you proud to be from Fremont.
Yeah, and we also have a great team here. We've got Steve Coulthard over there also co-hosting. Say something, Steve.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 2020 Fremont 4th of July parade. I am so thankful to be here with the incomparable Brandon Sass and the amazing Jesse Schaa. You know, this isn't normal. I guess what they say, this is the new normal, and we should be out on Fremont Boulevard underneath the beautiful blue sky, really having a wonderful time. And I get to see hundreds, if not thousands, of smiling faces all up and down Fremont Boulevard. Unfortunately, we can't be there with everybody today, but this will have to do. This will be the best we can, and we can all shelter in place, be safe, and hopefully by next year, we can do this all live. But it's great to be with everybody today. And thank you very much for inviting me.
And we have got a great program for you. We've got Dan Strauss is in an airplane. Hopefully they're flying him upside down. He's going to take good pictures. Scott Capen is going to be floating around, taking pictures of the house. TJ is going to be with him. We got Greg Green going to do some comic relief and have some comments over here. Kathy Kimberlin is back there, in the producer's booth. We've got Yogi, Chugh, and a whole host of other people. So we're going to kick it off right now with the national anthem by Alisa Gayate. She's going to kick off the national anthem for us right now. So stand if you want to, kneel if you have to, whatever. Let's get it on.
I've got to do something else here. What do I have to do? I have to share my screen sound to have her go. And I don't remember how to do that. Oh, can you see by the dawn early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the wreckage breaking, the bombs bursting in air, came from night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right. That's a way to start it off. And now we're going to have TJ is supposed to be saying a few words about the Sikh community. TJ. Come on over. Now, the Sikh community's been involved with the parades for how many years now?
So if I vaguely remember, probably when the first time I joined in must be over 15 years for sure.
Oh my gosh, 15 years.
15 years for sure.
It
Like,
goes by like that, doesn't it?
Yep, my kids grew up with it and they're so excited. They went over the neighborhood yesterday and we have a party going on in front of our house. We have music, all the families are all out there. So it's been a good experience.
And what does the Sikh community do specifically for the parade?
So we started, we started first time with the float. And I remember as, it was really hot one of the parade days and we had folks which were in 106 degrees standing on the side.
Oh God, yeah.
And it was up in Warm Spring. So I ran across and got some cold water for them. And the journey started. And so last probably 12 years or so, we have been coming in and distributing free water to all the our parade guests.
And how has that helped the Sikh community being out there in front of everybody all the time?
It just, that's what the core values are, you
Yeah.
know. So just about community, about, serving the humanity. And I think it brings the community together.
And that's something I know there's a lot of craziness going on, but the one thing I've known about Fremont, I grew up here, I've been here since 19 years, yeah. So, so I went to, Olivera, I went to Thornton American, and it's always been incredibly diverse. And that's been something great about this community, especially the 4th of July parade. A lot of people get out there and you see people from all over the place.
Right, that's correct, So, it brings the community together. And, I think most of our Sikh volunteers, they look forward to it. They're missing it. And currently right now, as we speak, they're all helping out with the food drive, since we couldn't participate in the parade, so we are doing a food drive along with the at the Liberty and Capitol there.
Excellent. Hey, Steve, you got any questions?
No, I don't have any questions, but I do have a statement. I just want to say, at least for the past 3 years, the Sikh community has been invaluable. Just utterly invaluable at the normal parade. There is nothing more refreshing than having, that as it starts to get hot, right around 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, if it's a hot day like it is today, they're coming with and they've always got the water trolleys, and they're coming out and they're just handing them out to everybody. And we have had some people that come from different places to come join our parade. And I've had a couple of people come up to me and go, are they selling water? And I'm like, no, yeah. They're giving it out. Please, if you or your children or whoever's with you, if you're thirsty, just ask for one and they'll take care of you. They're just a valuable and an invaluable asset to Fremont. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of all our hearts for doing this for our community.
Thank you, Steve. I will pass on your wishes to the volunteers as well. But we are blessed to be part of this community. I think we all are blessed what we are doing it for the community. So thank you so much. Happy 4th.
Yeah, and thank you very much. And next up, we've got the Virtual International Ensemble. Ready to go, Jackie? Let's go.
So Brandon, have you gotten a chance to take a look at some of the amazing Porch Parade decorations on the Fremont Porch Parade website? Actually, you're muted, Brandon.
That's better. How's that?
There you go.
Yeah, I've looked at quite a few of them, and if you've got a moment to share, I know Kathy's trying to get a video ready. I'll check with her when that's ready. If you want to just show a few, share a few on your screen, that would be fabulous. And you could show some of the houses and some of the decorations that have been going up.
Kathy, if you can do me the favor and make me a co-host, I could share a couple, or I can just chat about them while we're here.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do that?
One of the great thing is that if anybody gets a chance, I can't stress the fact enough that just the outpouring of people coming together for this is just amazing. If you get a chance, I was going through the website a little while ago. The house number 21, the Patriotic Victorian. Wow. If you've noticed the Victorian homes that are up in the kind of the Niles area where they've got all the Victorian homes, just amazing what these folks have done. From a couple of these things, it looks like they had to get up on 15-foot to 20-foot high ladders to hang these things up on the side of the house. Plus, they've been able to go through, put buntings along all the fronts of their homes.
You can have that job. I'm not getting up on a 50-foot ladder.
No, sir. I'm not going up on a 15 to 25-foot ladder. Maybe when I was younger. That would have been something, but not these days. Anyway, a one to look at is just really number 21. The Patriotic Victorian is just truly quite amazing. The other ones that I was kind of taking a look at was the number 10. Levig Gupta, hopefully I'm saying that right. Levigna Gupta, with the huge Happy 4th of July Fremont, all in individual letters, splayed across the front of their home. This took a lot of time. This took an amazing amount of time for folks to do this. So those two, and the other great one is number 27, the Schaa family. Wow, just that porch, and the whole theme here is the Porch Parade. But if you could kind of take a look at number 27, the Schaa family, what a porch! I mean, really, absolutely an amazing porch. They've decorated almost every square inch of that porch, and that's just amazing. So anyway.
So Steven, so you guys, I wanted to let you know I have made you co-host, Steve. So down the road, why don't you show some of those pictures? And right now, what I'm going to do is
that's a shot of the Shao house right now. That is a great shot, Steve.
I mean, just look at the time involved in that, in going through and seeing all the individual things that they did. Quite amazing. I mean, truly quite amazing. I don't know if you can go back, Brandon, to the other two that I just said, which was, I believe, one was number 21, the Patriotic Victorian. Wow. Actually, that's number 20. That's a nice one too. I mean, trust me, that's a great one.
And Steve, speaking on those Patriotic Victorians, a number of them are veterans, which is really cool. That's why we're here. Got to honor our veterans, and it's great to go down, see the veteran flags flying out in front of their houses. Thank God for them.
Absolutely.
And we've got some of the homeowners there, especially one in particular is going to be wearing her Victorian dress that matches her home.
Awesome.
All right, Kathy, why don't you bring up the flute ensemble that we were waiting for, and I'll stop sharing and you bring them on for us.
Great.
Well, that was
Okay.
amazing.
It was. It was
That
great.
was
And we are back.
amazing.
And I am actually a little bit, I am mobile, if you can see me. And in front of the screen, we've got Greg Green and Ray Pulver. And Greg and Ray are going to talk a little bit about their roles and what they do for the 4th of July parade. And maybe they're going to sing a little song. Who knows? No, please, God, no. Go ahead.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second before
Yeah.
you guys start. Can I give a little background to those amazing VIFE or VIFE
Please
flutists?
do.
The Virtuoso International Flute Ensemble has been actively performing for over a decade, touring as far as Southern California. In addition to pursuing performance excellence, young flautists, I guess that's how you say it, pardon me, are nurtured to serve the community with the gift of music. Under the direction of Judy Lamb, VIFE dedicates their performances to support good causes and has successfully raised funds for various local nonprofit organizations. VIFE will be performing Under the Sea for us today by Alan Menken. Anyway, that was just an amazing performance. And please go right along, Brandon. Thanks.
Go ahead, guys.
I'm sorry, guys. Brandon, or I think Brandon's muted. There we go.
Go ahead, start over, Ray.
So, yeah.
Okay, so
due
sorry
to
about
technical
that.
difficulties. Ray, go ahead.
Sorry about that. So again, my name's Ray Pulver. I'm with Upbeat Parade Productions based in San Jose, and we've been producing and coordinating this parade for 20 years. So it seems a little odd not to be out on the street this morning, but we're thrilled to be part of this special presentation for 2020.
And I'm Greg Green. I've been involved with the parade ever since probably around 2006. On and off the past couple of years, very involved. This year, as Ray was saying, very unusual not to be out there in the heat, lining up the parade and everything. But we're so excited to be able to bring the event to the entire city and have everybody go on, celebrating decorations and everything. I'm here giving a big shout out to the local small businesses, the moms and pops that give the city something to do during the day, something to eat, just all the fun, and also sponsoring the parade. This is, a grassroots event, totally sponsored, facilitated by the community, and it's really as a labor of love this year especially.
Absolutely. And I'd like to give a special thank you to all the healthcare workers who've been out there on the front lines. The healthcare industry, I actually have two of my sisters, my sister Carol, who's a respiratory therapist, and my sister Christine, who's a nurse. Back on the East Coast, both have been on the front lines taking care of virus folks who've been in the hospital and intensive care. So anyone in the healthcare industry, we thank you so much for what you're doing.
And I will say, on the business side of it, we got hats for sale. Go online and buy a hat.
Great. So thank you very much.
All right, great, guys. And actually right here, there you go. I'm going to throw it over to Captain. We have some videos from Captain Fred Bobbitt, John Harnett, and Captain Sean Washington from the Fremont Police Department.
Hi, I'm Captain Fred Bobbitt, and I just wanted to take a moment and thank our wonderful community as we celebrate July 4th. Normally we would be out gathered together enjoying a wonderful parade that's really driven by our community. But unfortunately, due to COVID-19, things have changed a bit. However, we won't allow it to take away from the wonderful day where we celebrate our country. I would just like to say to all of you in our community, we miss you, we're with you, and we'll get through this. Do your best to enjoy this wonderful holiday, and know we're looking forward to next year when we can be out celebrating amongst a wonderful parade.
That's great sentiments. Fantastic sentiments.
Great job. Thank you.
So today, Brandon, I know
Yes,
we've
I'm
got
back.
a lot of stuff. I know we got a lot of stuff coming up, an amazing amount of stuff coming up. I believe next up we get to hear a message from Captain John Harnett. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Awesome.
We've got the entertaining circle that's loading up right now, everyone. So bear with us. Thank
So we
you.
have a circle running, which is always fun. We always want that. We want the circle. It's better than the blue screen of death, but we've all seen that before. And this is kind of funny because this is not a really huge group of technical people who have put this together, but we're doing our best right here, and it's a lot of fun. And yesterday I actually told everybody.
Sorry we won't be able to be running our normal 4th of July parade, but I'm thankful that you'll be participating in the Porch Parade. And during these times, although they're difficult, I want to let you know that we're there for you. We're here to protect you. We're here to help you out. Stay safe, stay healthy, and please wear your mask.
Very nice. And Kathy, I know you're going to be floating up the final video from
Here we go.
Captain Sean Washington, I believe his name is. All right.
Hi, I'm Captain Sean Washington of your Fremont Police Department. I wanted to wish you a happy 4th of July holiday and thank you for participating in the 4th of July Porch Parade. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, we're unable to participate in our annual 4th of July parade like we've done for so many years in this fine community. COVID-19 has impacted all of us, and it's our responsibility to remain safe by social distancing, wearing your mask, and conducting other practices that keep us all safe. I appreciate everything that you've done for the community and each other, and have a wonderful holiday.
All right, fantastic. Now, we've got a few minutes before our next video. Steve, did you want to go through a few more houses and talk about them? And I'll see if I can get them up on the screen for you.
I would love to. I would love to. I got to admit, those were very sentimental and touching responses from our city leadership from the Fremont PD. God bless them all. They're essential workers out on the front line. Kudos to them for taking the time out and actually putting those little video snippets together for everybody. And that's thrilling. Brandon, back to you. I have to admit, after looking back and forth, Eddie and Robin, number 83. Eddie and Robin, I don't know what to make of it. I really don't. Number 83, I think it's
okay.
It is the most unique. You know what? Gotta give them kudos and credence for that.
Yeah, unique is a good word for that.
That is the most unique USA display. I'm almost gonna bet it was from Niles. I just got, I don't know this for a fact, but Niles, a bit quirky. It is the quirky side of Fremont. I think everybody knows that. And this is a perfect example of the Niles spirit.
It kind of looks like Attack of the Muppets.
It does. It does. But God bless him. God bless him for going the extra mile. 101. Number 101. Nice one. A simple design on that one, but a very good one. I like the banners on the side on number 101. I like the banners on the side. kind of floating down straight from the thing. They look like eyeballs.
That's what I was going to say. There's a couple of eyeballs. It's like the house is kind of looking at you.
Exactly. Kind
And,
of
and
like,
if you walk in, it's going to swallow you up in 4th of July spirit, we hope.
Gentlemen, I wanted to tell you about number 83. I looked it up because I'm going to go by there later on today when our show is over with. And they're actually in the Kennedy attendance area, I believe, on Dante Street.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you go. That's fantastic. Anyway, that's a great one. That one's I guess that is that's what you would consider crazy. When you're talking about quirky, number 94. Number 94. There is no name to this one, but whoever puts a kayak with an American monkey in the kayak, come on, you got to give him props for this.
They got to get props.
You got to give him props. An American monkey in a kayak with a mask, with a red mask in a kayak out on the front lawn, or I'm sorry, the front driveway there. Creative and quirky. You got to give them that. You know what I mean?
I gotta think that's somewhere close to my house. I know that house.
I walked past
do you
that
know
house in
this
the
house?
morning. Then I don't know what gave him that idea, but it makes me smile every time I walk past that house.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So I mean, to be honest with you, the ingenuity for some of these folks, the ingenuity is quite amazing. If you want to get back to a little old-fashioned traditional, number 56.
Number 56.
Number 56 is just got a little something of old-fashioned American nostalgia. You know what I mean?
That's nice.
If that makes any sense, right?
I have a request.
I you know what I love about this one too? Look at the bunting. The bunting isn't today's bunting. It looks like, I don't know if they've had this for a while or they found some truly traditional Americana, I guess, back from the 1920s or the 1930s. Just some beautiful old-fashioned style there. Again, on a traditional old, that looks to be some sort of like a cottage style Victorian house, just appropriate and beautiful.
Gentlemen, I have a request, a special request.
Yes.
125. Please flip on to 125.
And while I'm looking for that, I just want to let you know that that Dan Strauss is getting ready they're in line to take off right now. So they should be over Fremont in a little bit.
Good.
Okay.
125, and Brandon Sass, you will know whose house this is when you get to
says right here. It says number 125. That is the Anderson family.
Yes,
is that correct.
And well, it's the Anderson family, and Linda Anderson has been long with the Fremont Unified School District. She was the principal at Olivera, went to the school district as the math czar, and then came back to Olivera as the principal. So she's been a long time here, and her family's always been incredibly supportive of what we do here in Fremont.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And a nice house. Nice house. Yeah, you can't beat that. The other one that I think is quite interesting is 124. 124. They got kind of like a little motif going on there, with like the porch shelter in place with the old fashioned slatted bench on the front there with all the wrappings on that. I love that. I think that looks fantastic. And there was
one I was looking at. Hang on one sec. Let me.
Now, one thing that we haven't discussed. I mean, we've been looking at the residences and
this one right here.
Oh wow! Look at the size of that American flag.
That's just simple. I am putting a flag on my house and I am done. That's a great one right there. Enough said.
Well, you know what? When you got one decoration, you better make it a doozy, right? You know what I mean?
One big one.
When you got one decoration, you might as well, you know, of course, that one decoration pretty much engulfs the entire front of the house, but that's amazing. That's amazing. First of all, I don't know where you'd find a flag that big. I guess you'd somewhere in Virginia or Maryland or Washington, D.C. to get one that big. But number two, that's look at the little lady there in the front, the scale of her to the size of that. That must be an 8 to 10 foot high flag. That's amazing.
Very tall.
That's amazing.
Now, if we want to stay back on schedule, we've got another performance coming up from the great Santa Clara Vanguard. Now, Santa Clara Vanguard has been involved in the parade for quite some time. And I actually, little secret here, I was in a drum and bell corps, and we performed against the Santa Clara Vanguard years ago. And they beat our behinds, which they well should. They have been one of the best, not only in California, but in the country for 30 or 40 years, one of the best performing groups. And here they are, the Santa Clara Vanguard.
Well, that was hauntingly beautiful.
Yeah, it really was.
Amazing.
The Santa Clara Vanguard, I have a friend of mine who played with them a long time ago, and he actually still helps out there. And they've got a long tradition of just outstanding musicians. They bring in the best, and they train them. And a lot of them go on to be musicians in various other fields. But they've got a family feel there, and it always comes through. And I truly love watching them. After competing against them, I love watching them and have for many years. So if you have a chance to go out to anything like a DCI Drum Corps International tournament, if they're playing locally, go out and catch their show. It's more than just a halftime show at a college game. They put on a incredible performance.
Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I was part of Drum Corps back in the day. I was very, very young. And I didn't have my COVID-19 beard on at those days. But amazingly, I did compete against them. And yes, they did whip us summarily.
Yes, who were you with?
I went with Moreau High School back
Moreau
in the
High.
day, right? Went with Moreau, and we went down, competed with them against a couple of things in Los Angeles.
Oh yeah.
And it was us and a couple of other ones we went down, and I think we came in 76 out of 76. Anyway, the idea was that, but they were truly amazing. And I know the arts have kind of been kind of on the back burner, but music is an amazing way to get your kids involved in something if he or she is not athletic. So I highly recommend that if you have a musician in the family, definitely look into Vanguard. They're an amazing troupe.
Gentlemen.
Yes.
May I have another request?
Sure.
Certainly, we'll take requests. Coming to you
I'm
live, we're
gonna do it
taking requests from Kathy. Are we requesting a song from 1980? We're bringing you Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh, sorry, not that type of request.
No, I kind of, this is actually a great opportunity to call out some of the people in our neighborhood, like we just called out Mrs. Anderson. And I thought, let's call out one of our essential businesses. And if you wanted to screen share, Brandon, we could take a look at something that is pretty, I think, stunning. It really states what we're going through and how we can rise above most any challenge. Number 22 is Haller's Pharmacy. Haller's is in Centerville. And when you look at it, you see that they are quite boarded up because they've had attempts for break-ins and things like that during this challenging time. And they have still decorated and brought the spirit to their business and to the community at a very popular corner, Peralta and Fremont Boulevard. And they provide such a great service and spirit. Look at that. And
yeah, and also, even right after Hollers, I noticed when I was bringing them up is Mission Coffee and Roasting. Now, they're not an essential business to everyone, but some people, without their coffee, they really need to, they're just not right. So
they're essential to me. I can guarantee you that.
Now, did Haller's have, did they have any other pictures? I know Jasmine Bazrai had shared some with me. Did they have another one that shows the front of the building?
I did see
they're on Facebook.
Not on Facebook.
Okay.
But there's another one I'd like to also give a shout out to, which is number 14. If we're talking about businesses now, number 14, the Elks Lodge. The Elks Lodge is they did an entire flag series out in the front of the Elks Lodge, and they even put a mask on the elk. I mean, come on. I mean, that's creative. I mean,
I really wish someone
plays now. Just so everybody knows, it's a bronze elk. It's not a real elk. But but the idea, the great thing is that they actually put an American flag. They put an American flag mask over top of the elk. I thought that was cute. I thought that was great. So just another one for the business community. Also.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I don't know if there's anybody in this conversation that is involved in the Elks Lodge, but maybe someone could tell us a little bit about what the Elks Lodge does for the community.
Well, I happen to be an Elks Lodge member, and the Elks Lodge is an old standing American fraternity that's been around since 1886. We help all different aspects and charitable organizations here locally. One of the better things that I've ever heard that the Elks have done is we fill the cracks in the community. So the idea is that if local communities do not have money for certain projects, or their funding was cut from the state or local governments or whatever, we come in and fill the cracks. So I know there was a great charity that we work with, Meals on Wheels, which I'm sure a lot of folks have heard of. They didn't have a way to get cold food to the people in need. And so the Elks donated, I believe it was 100 to 150 ice boxes. They said that they didn't have a cold storage to get food fresh to all the people who needed it. And so they went through and they donated 100 to 150 ice boxes for Meals on Wheels so they could fill them up with ice and deliver the food fresh. These are the type of cracks that do happen in, unfortunately, charitable organizations, and a lot of those folks come to us, and we either donate with monies or we'll donate product to a lot of the different organizations to make sure that our charities still are able to succeed.
And that's great, because I know in Fremont we have a lot of that, because I know the Rotary Club, the Cinema Business Association, and a lot of other clubs have helped out Tri-City Volunteers and some other ones in here just to fill the cracks. So it's good to have an organization to do that, but also if you're not part of an organization, it does not mean you can't reach out and help, or help an organization that's helping one of those. And we've been see a lot of that going on here in our city, which is great. So let me see what is up next here. We're supposed to go to the color guard with Scott, but I don't know if he's up there yet. So Steve, if you can take over for a few minutes and go through some of the bios and talk about some of the other things going on here, I will update us on our status in just a moment.
Absolutely. One of the great things here in Fremont, and I don't know if this has really been said enough, but the people of Fremont have been so amazing at this shelter in place. And this is just a big shout out to everybody here in Fremont. There's just lots of times where, yes, you get tired of sheltering in place. You get tired of this type of stuff, but we're all working together as a community to keep us all safe. And when we're keeping us all safe, that's really the most important thing, because we want everybody to come back healthy and happy for this year. I do know we're about midway through this pandemic. Hopefully they'll have a vaccine pretty soon. But as we start to come out of this, I think we'll all be happy and proud that we all work together during this challenging time.
Absolutely. And listen, we have an update for folks.
Yep.
All right.
The flight is over Fremont. They're heading north on Mission Boulevard. So folks, if you're watching us on Facebook on the phone, you might want to take your phone outside, and you're going to see a great shot pretty soon.
That is true. Brandon, why don't you kind of tell everybody how this whole flyover is going to happen, and where it's going to happen?
Well, got a frog in my throat. Well, the flyover is going to take it's going to take 3 loops around Fremont. Each loop takes about 10 minutes, and it's going to go north and south, so everybody should get a chance to see them. So if you start looking up, probably in about 15 minutes. Actually, Jesse's going to take over because he probably has more info updated.
The bird dog just flew over Fremont. They're going to be meeting up with the rest of the Beach Boys.
Oh, I can hear them now. Here they come.
And they should be flying overhead. What's that? Actually, I don't know. No false report there? Or?
It's not the whole group.
So, sorry about that. We were told that they're flying overhead, but they're supposed to be coming in from the North Bay and going on the west side of Fremont, down around and coming back up. And it's basically the Beach Boys. Every single pilot's flying a Beechcraft aircraft. They've been doing formation flying for plus 15 years. We were lucky about 10 years ago. It's actually the 10th anniversary for the Beach Boys flying with the flying for the 4th of July parade. Thanks to Colin Arrow and Bruce Polton. They've been our leads and been amazing at organizing our flyover.
And Jesse, just to ask, I believe the Beechcraft, the Beach Boys, I'm sorry, the Beach Boys have, I believe, 10. Is it 10 airplanes this time?
I think they're flying in with 12.
12.
They had 14 but they had such a large group and calling to go up to the North Bay that they kind of split up, and I think we're down to 12 planes doing their formation. They'll be doing 3 different formations at each loop, or what they call a racetrack, what they call doing their going around Fremont. So each loop on the racetrack should take about 10 minutes. So if you
Okay.
just missed them, be outside, be ready for another 10 minutes, and they'll be flying overhead.
Fantastic.
Like I said, we are going to have them fly over all our frontline essential businesses like the police stations, the fire stations, the hospitals, of course, and a lot of the major grocery stores, thanking and honoring our frontline workers. Without them, we would be nowhere with this shelter in place. So it's our way of saying thank you and honoring them.
And I would like to put a shout out to all the Fremont folks out there. If you happen to be in your backyard or you happen to be there, take some photographs of the flyover and post them to our Facebook page. So that way we can get different shots of the different planes flying over. It would be a great documenting all the flyovers and seeing all the planes from different vantage points. I would assume that if you happen to live up in the Fremont Hills, maybe up in Canyon Heights or up in Mission San Jose, as they come over, I'd love to see some shots from that vantage point too. I think that would be really great as they come flying over. Yeah. Now, like Jesse just
Steve,
said,
they're supposed to be flying at altitude of 2,000 feet, so it gives a lot of Fremont visibility to them. Usually when they do the flyover on our parade, they're at 1,000 feet. So if they're too high, we don't really see, if they're too high, they said send them a text, they'll drop it down to 1,500. But I think 2,000 feet, you're going to hear them, you're going to be able to see them. It's going to be a pretty fun little show.
well, I certainly just heard something just about 3 minutes ago. So I would assume that they're coming back on their second pass. So that's exciting. That's definitely exciting. So, so as I sit here and just waiting for the next flyby, are they all coming together as one group, or are there 2 groups coming at separate times?
They're all coming together in one group, and they're having the bird dog flying outside, taking pictures of them as they do the flyover. We want to get some great shots of the flyover from up at above and down below, so you see the planes and see Fremont below, so people can identify their neighborhoods.
And
amazing shots.
And I believe we have Dan Strauss, our Fremont Porch Parade correspondent, up in one of those planes. Is that correct?
That is correct.
That is
He's
correct.
doing some pictures.
Fantastic. I would love to see if maybe at the end of this we could get some great video from Dan shooting down from that vantage point. That's got to be. I saw the one shot that Kathy put up a little bit ago. That's a beautiful shot of Lake Elizabeth. So if you guys get a chance, I'm sure over the next couple of hours, all the photographs and video will start flooding in. And please come back to the Fremont Porch Parade website. We'll try and get up those videos. We'll try and get up those photographs as fast as humanly possible and get them up for everybody to see so they can enjoy watching it all by the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So,
And excellent. We are going to have Yogi and Kathy come up to the mics for a moment.
All right. So next up on the hot mic, I'm assuming that's what we're calling it. I don't know. Anyway,
Yes.
coming up on the hot mic is Yogi Chugh and Kathy Kimberlin.
Go ahead, Yogi. We want to hear a little bit about your involvement in the parade, and I think you've got a shout out perhaps also.
That's right, Kathy. It's such a privilege to be a part of a committee that really has personified its love of Fremont. The very notion of a diverse community really coming back and saying we got to rise to the occasion is what this Porch Parade is all about. Been a proud part of this committee for the last 5 years, and wonderful, yes, absolutely, and really just serving the community and doing anything that the committee needs to do. We roll up our sleeves and we focus on whatever it takes. So welcome all to the Porch Parade, and I want to come back and give a big shout out to our Fremont firefighters. As many of you know, that the Fremont fighters have continued to put in a tremendous amount of service keeping our community safe. One of the comments that I think is appropriate is that as we're sheltering in place and running away from dangers of COVID, our firefighters as first responders are putting themselves out there in the face of danger so we can all be safe. The Fremont fighters have been a responsive public safety agency in Fremont. We're proud of them, and we want to come back and congratulate them for all the hard work, for their commitment to our community, and making Fremont a better place. So firefighters, this dedication is to you. Thank you for everything you do for us.
Now, how did you get involved in the parade the first time? You've been involved for how many years now?
This is my 5th year.
Oh my God, and what got you involved?
Well, I'll tell you, having lived here in Fremont for a long time, the 4th of July parade, I think, is one event that brings the entire community together. And just watching it on the sidelines, I really felt that it was beautiful coming together for our communities and the sense of patriotism, right, the 4th of July. And that's really what got me involved. I talked to Jesse and Greg and the others on the team and said I'd like to participate, and began a really small effort of being a part of the community and being a servant leader, doing whatever the team wants us to do, making sure we can provide something every year to our community for them to enjoy and celebrate.
And Kathy, come on, chime in on this.
Well, you know, something that I hold very near and dear to my heart, a phrase of service above self. And I think Muhammad Ali has a quote that goes something like, the service we provide here is our rent on earth. And you can ask my husband, you can ask my 2 sons, if that's really true. Does Kathy really live like that? Yes. And it's just an honor to work with such a great team on the 4th of July Parade Committee. I've been involved for, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7 years. And Jesse is, he runs a great team. We're all the little soldiers who help him out. Normally on a day like today, I would be in the sun, helping Kathy Shaw with the VIP, greeting the VIPs to the VIP area, working with the judges and getting judges to serve. It's usually running around quite a bit, so this is quite a change for me, but it's really fabulous that we can still reach so many people and still be patriotic and serve the people like we do every 4th of July. This is just fabulous. And by the way, one more thing on that is service above self is also a saying of Rotary, and I'm a Fremont Rotarian, very proud to be a Rotarian also. So my shout out, since my day job, my retirement job is back with the world of education. I serve at one of the elementary schools as the school secretary. And like I said, that after I retired from HR, I went back to work. I love the school. I started at the school site. So my shout out is to educators and to teachers who have been through the most tumultuous time probably in their whole career into teaching distance learning, missing the students so badly, missing their colleagues so badly. Their hearts have been very challenged. Their minds have been challenged. And I wish them all a great little rest right now before they kick into who knows how school will open. But my shout out is to the educators.
Excellent. And I just got a note that Scott and Dan are over, they're over Washington. The planes are over Washington. Shipping on 12 planes.
Yes, I just heard that they have 12 beach aircraft plus a bird dog for 13 planes coming over Fremont right now. They should be over Washington and heading for, I believe, the final round trip here in Fremont. So that's exciting. So everybody, please go outside. I want you to come back. Why don't you come back, see what we're doing? See, we're not done yet, but I'd love you guys to go out, take some pictures, take a little video of the flyby or whatever, and then come on in and come back to us. We'll hang out some more, And please post your photos and video back onto the Fremont 4th of July Porch Parade, either Facebook page or send them to our website, either one.
Excellent. We've got a couple of more performances coming up and some more speeches, some people we're going to meet. So we'll be back in just a minute. If you want to, what I'll do is I'll put up some of some more of the houses, and we'll go through those, and then we'll be back with some more of the program.
Absolutely. Going through these houses, Brandon, some of them are just quaint and nice. I love this one. Again, coming back to, I'm assuming, and I'm not sure this is correct, but I'm assuming this is a military family, number 13. I don't know if you can pull that up on the screen right now.
I just got a note that Kathy is going to video.
Oh.
Okay. And if you'd like to give a quick bio on these guys, or we can do the bio. Actually, let's do the bio later. This is Idea Band, and wait till you see what they've done for us. It is
all right.
Phenomenal.
Let's take a
listen. America, we know you're disappointed. We know you're in pain. And we know you're angry. But we need to understand that this is the time to unite against misfortune. It doesn't matter your religion, your ethnicity, or your race. We are all Americans. Let's appreciate each other, and let's come together and let people know that we are going to be stronger together. We are Idea Band. Let's heal America. Let's heal the world.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place could be much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space to make a better place. You the world, making a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying if you care enough for the living. Make a better place for you and for me. Yeah. If you want to know why, there's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares of joy for giving. If we try, we shall see. In this place we cannot feel. Feel for dread, we stop existing and start living. Then it feels that always love is not for us broken. So make a better world, make a better world. Heal the world, making a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying if you care enough for the living. Make a better place for you and for me. And the dreams that we conceived in will really have a joyful face. And the world So it's plain to see this one is heavenly. Because we could fly so high that our spirits never die. In my heart, I feel you are my brothers. Greater world with no fear. Together we cry happy tears. See the nation turn their struggles into plowshares. We could really get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space to make a better place. You the world, making a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying if you care enough for the living. Make a better place for you and for me. You the world, making a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying if you care enough for the living. Make a better place for you and for me. There are people dying if you care enough for the living. Make a better place for you and for me. You and for me. You and for me. You and for me. For you and for me.
Wow, I gotta tell you that I saw that yesterday, and it is just quite amazing. Steve, can you give us a little background on the Idea Band and who they are?
Absolutely. The Idea Band is a Chinese-American band in the Bay Area specializing in popular Western and Chinese rock music from the 1970s up to current hits. The band's name originates from the famous pub in Taiwan in the 70s and 80s called the Idea House, where local musicians showed their talents. Several members who used to play there couldn't let their passions remain undiscovered here in the San Francisco Bay Area, so they decided to form a band themselves. The Idea Band is featured by vocalists Gino Yu, Jessica Shern, together with Bass Shong, Jesse Koo, and Glenn Young and Herbert Chu. All members have full-time jobs in their own professions, and musical performance is just a passion. The band has performed well over 500 gigs in various events, including weddings, dancings, and fundraisers, corporate and personal parties. From what I can hear above me, sounds like we got some planes coming over.
Yeah, we got a note they were over at Quarry Lakes.
I
just
saw
over
that,
Quarry
and
Lakes.
as a matter of fact, I can hear them just screaming by. So this is exciting. I can tell from all the people standing behind you, Brandon, that there's some photographs coming on. People are looking up. People are starting to take photographs. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is now the time to please run outside. But please come back and join us. But please run outside, take some photos.
Yeah, run out in your
and some
backyard,
videos.
take some photos. And we've got a couple of guests coming up in just a minute. And I want to thank some of our sponsors real quick.
Sure.
We've had Fremont Chevrolet has done wonderful things, and we also have Ropes and Homes that came through to help fund some of this, and also Washington Healthcare, Washington Hospital Healthcare Systems, and then also Chick-fil-A. So
Chick-fil-A? Really?
Yeah, sorry you're not here. If you could hear, you'd have a chicken sandwich.
I love Chick-fil-A, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so
They got
we've
good
had
chicken.
the ability to have some great sponsors here, and I want to thank them, give them a quick shout out for helping us out here. And we are actually going to bring up one of our special guests over here, and she is one of my favorite people. I've known her since she was a PTA president. She is now the mayor of Fremont, and it's the great Lily Mei.
Hi.
So, Lily, just tell us about your what you think about the parade and how much fun you always have.
Sure. So I just wanted to say thank you so much to the organizers and to all of you for participating this year, our sponsors, our community members, and our good neighbors. We are so blessed to have the opportunity to innovate. And in these times when we're facing some challenges, I really appreciate how our community has been able to come together. And I also ask all of you in a public message to please consider, as we're reopening and getting together, to please wear your face coverings. It's really important for us, and I've been blessed to have one, stylish one, here for the Fremont 4th of July parade. But it doesn't matter what kind you're wearing and whether or not we're together, because the one thing that makes us stronger is how we come together as a community. So Fremont is stronger together, whether it's with our students, with our families, with our community members. We are so blessed. And so I wish all of you the happiest 4th of July, to be well and stay healthy and to come together. And we're gonna get through this stronger than better before.
And we just had a flyer for the planes. They're going to come back. And you've got a census button on there.
Yes.
Census. Everybody, be counted. Be counted.
Now,
Why
Brandon,
is this
did you?
important for us?
Now,
Today, we're
Brandon,
at the
did
Fremont
you
Family
did you
Resource
already do
Center.
your sentence? Did you already do your census?
I thought you said my sentence. No, they didn't catch me for that yet. But yes, I've already done the census. Yes, I've been counted. I had the kids did theirs since they're in college. They had to do their own. So it's kind of weird. So yeah, it's really strange. It's very different for me because 10 years ago I didn't have kids in college.
Could we have Mayor Mei tell us? Mayor Mei, could you please tell the citizens of Fremont what, if you fill out the census, what that does for us? If you don't fill out the census, what it does?
So the census is important for us because it comes once every 10 years. But more importantly, for everyone who doesn't report or get counted, we lose $10,000. And so this is directly how we get funding for our schools, for our programs, for public safety, for so many other areas that are critical and essential for our communities. So we need everyone, every single person must count. So if you have not filled out the census, we have outreach programs and we will be going out continually. And just like today, we're handing out information, but I'd be happy to give it to our kind organizers for this program and to make sure everybody gets counted in Fremont.
So now what are you going to do after this? After this, are you going to go have a barbecue with your family or what?
After this, I'm joining some of our sick community members as well as our Fremont City Council, and we're handing out food and information to our community members. In these difficult, challenging times, we really need to come together and help one another. All of us are important, and there are some, whether it's businesses or individuals, who are struggling at this moment. And this is critical for all of us to ensure that we are able to celebrate and to enjoy the benefits of liberty and freedom. I come from the city of Philadelphia, and so the city of brotherly love, and we want to share our love for our brothers and sisters and all of our fellow community members today.
Thank you so much, Mayor Lily. Thank you for coming over here, and thank you for, everything you do. I've known you for a long time. You've always been in service. In service. Yeah, way too long. We don't want to talk about it. But you've always been in service. So I want to thank you so much for everything. And enjoy. We've got donuts and Chick-fil-A and all sorts of stuff over there. Enjoy yourself. And I will see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For everyone, be safe and God bless.
Take care.
That was from our wonderful Mayor Lily Mei, who is a fantastic mayor here in Fremont, and we all love her dearly, especially during this trying time of 2020. Brandon, just so you know, while you were chatting with the mayor there, we've already had, I believe, 2 flybys.
Yes, I saw 2. They're coming back one more time.
Yeah, they're coming back one more time. Coming back one more time to do the 3rd flyby. But wow, they're loud. It was funny as you were chatting with the mayor there. You could hear them right overhead. Literally, almost came straight over our house. So that's fantastic. That's fantastic. And I hope everybody's gotten a chance to go out and see the flyby and take some shots and some video of it. And please don't forget to send them into the Porch Parade headquarters. So, Kathy, what's coming up next?
Well, right now we got Pomp and Circumstance supposed to be coming up, isn't it?
No, we've got a little word from one of our another community leader. Let me share that with you.
Hello, my name is Diane, and the 4th of July is one of my favorite holidays. So while this year we cannot have a parade, there are many other things that we can do. I'd like to thank the 4th of July Parade Committee for putting together these other events that we can all participate with and to keep the community spirit alive. So hopefully you will all participate in the Porch Parade and the other events. Have a great day and stay well and stay healthy. Thank you.
So she, Diane Shaw, does a few things in our community. She is also an elected official with AC Transit, but she also has the service above self kind of motto. She is also with the Elks Lodge.
Excellent.
That is correct. That is correct. She is our charity chairperson at the Elks Lodge, and so she takes that job very seriously. And whenever somebody is in need or they need money or funds or whatever, she's always there to make sure that that we get the money where it needs to be. So kudos to Diane Shaw. Who else do we have, Kath?
Well, I hear those planes loud and clear. Let me take a peek.
Yep,
and
the
then
planes are coming back over right now.
On
That's right.
Fremont Youth Symphony in just a moment.
Okay. Wow, it all seems to be happening at once right now.
Beautiful, beautiful. We will take an introduction on the Fremont Youth Symphony Orchestra and the people who lead that organization and the conductors. What you got to tell me there, Steve?
Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, right now for the, hold on, give me 1 second here.
Sure. That gives me a moment to reload that anyway.
Okay.
We got all excited about the planes. What happened?
I know. You got all excited about the planes, and I lost my place.
And just to confirm that Ropes and Homes is sponsoring the flyovers by the planes.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yep.
Yeah, so a Porch Parade is sponsored by a housing company for planes to fly through the air. It's a little interesting. But
so a little bit back on the Fremont Youth Symphony Orchestra, in the tradition of upholding the excellence of classical music in our community, the nonprofit Fremont Symphony is proud to have nurtured thousands of impressively talented young musicians with programs such as the free annual children's concerts, the Young Recitalist competitions, and the Young Artist competitions. Under its auspices, the Fremont Youth Symphony Orchestra offers year-round ensemble and orchestral programs to local young aspiring talents from preparatory to advanced levels. They showcase students from Virtuosi by artist director Judy Lamb, Bravi, which is an intermediate orchestra led by Grace Lai, who is the associate director, and Melodia, a preparatory string ensemble led by Marcella Shantz, who is the conductor. The FYSO musicians are joined by members of Fife and are also led by Judy Lamb in a performance of the theme Pomp and Circumstance number 1. Well, that was just amazing. That was fantastic.
That was great. And Steve, I actually have Teresa Keng here from the City Council. She wanted to pop in and say happy 4th of July to everybody.
Hi, Teresa. How are you?
Hi, Steve. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July to you, too. Teresa Keng is one of our Service First City Council persons here in the city of Fremont. We have right now, I believe, 5 and 7 coming up. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, sorry. Sorry, we got more planes coming over. We got the we got more planes. Sorry, things just got real loud real quick for us. I apologize for that, but the planes are coming back over once again.
Yeah, the planes are flying over us right now.
Exactly. So anyway, so Teresa, what do you have to say for for all the people of the city of Fremont?
Yeah, so I just want to thank the committee for putting all the festivities on, even though we can't have the parade. We got the Porch Parade. A lot of houses are decorated real nice, so we can all enjoy the spirit of our freedom and enjoy our nation's first again. And I just want to ask everyone to make sure to wear your mask, wash your hands, and keep that social distance going, because it's very important as we see that cases are going up again with the reopening. So we just have to keep vigil and stay healthy, stay safe, and we will get out of this.
And don't just wash your hands, wash somebody else's hands. You know what? If they're not washing their hands, socially distance, so you have to have long arms. You're gonna be 6 feet away, but you can do it.
Now, please, let me say this: do not go and wash strangers' hands. Please don't. Please don't don't go into restaurants or places and wash strangers' hands. They'll look at you funny. They will. They'll just look at you funny and say, "Gee, thanks, but I really didn't need that." So
that could be the issue I've been having. Thank you for pointing that out. I have been wondering why people always look at me. But thank you, Teresa. We've known each other for a while. Thank you so much for all the service that you do. And I look forward for many more years. And I'm glad you brought your son here with you.
Yeah, he's enjoying the donuts.
Yes, donuts and Chick-fil-A. So that's really great. And we have a few more words coming up for our spot. So thank you so much for stopping by. I know you have a crazy busy day.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Again. Yeah.
Thank you, Teresa.
See you guys. Have a wonderful day.
All right, take it easy. And we will have more people coming up at the microphone in a little bit.
Right now, you just mentioned Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, yeah. You want to go ahead and throw go ahead and do you've got a video from them, correct?
Steve, my name is Evan. Yep. I work at Chick-fil-A with these lovely people behind me. Happy 4th of July. We are so disappointed we can't be out there with you today. Being in the cow costume and the parade, that stinks. But I just want to give a word of encouragement. We, as a community, we'll get through this together. It's just a matter of time. At Chick-fil-A, we are focused intensively on caring and treating every single guest with dignity, honor, and respect, and having a positive influence on all who come in contact with Chick-fil-A. And we try our best to do that, and so we're excited to see you today between 10:30 and 8 p.m. That's our hours for July 4th. So I just want to say thank you so much for coming out and supporting us, and we're here to serve you as well. And as always, eat more chicken!
More chicken.
Eat more chicken. Well, there you go.
And I will say, I just did, because I was famished.
Was it delicious?
Yes, it was delicious.
There you go. There you go.
One of those things where it's like, I probably shouldn't have it, but I know I'm going to eat it anyway.
Absolutely.
Now,
I believe they that was our final flyover. That was our final flyover. So that's we don't have to worry about getting interrupted right during the mayor or the city council folks coming in. So what do we got coming up next, Kathy?
Woo!
Well, actually, someone is over at the Victorian House.
I have a great one coming up. Another one of our sponsors with kind of a powerful message here.
Okay.
Happy 4th of July from the Imaging Department.
Happy 4th of July! Happy 4th of July from the pharmacy team! Happy 4th of July from rehab! Woo! Happy birthday, America!
Happy 4th of July.
Happy birthday, America, from the Birthing Center! Happy birthday, America, from Washington Hospital!
Well, that was quite the video. Wow, that was that was fantastic. They put that whole thing together. That was great. That was great. So that was the 4th of July presentation from Washington Hospital here in the city of Fremont. Washington Hospital is pretty much the key hospital here in Fremont and have really been on the front lines during this pandemic or COVID-19 issues that we've been going through, and God bless them all. They truly have been amazing, and we're just thrilled to have them in our area. So who's up next, Kathy?
Well, we've got American High School coming up next, my alma mater.
All right.
Yes, the American High School band is coming up, and that's going to be, they get a little video here and a song, so let's go ahead with American High School, the Eagles Marching Band.
And they have been in our parade year after year after year. They're great supporters and participants, and here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American Eagles Marching Band.
We probably do want to stress, and I hope we understand that that is a video of last year, I would assume.
Previous year, yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So we would love to have been out on the parade route this year, watching that wonderful display. But unfortunately, that was that was last year, but still the sentiment was fantastic, and it was great to see, and kind of gives us a precursor of what we can hope for next year.
Yeah.
Look
But,
who's
right
joined
now,
us. Look
we've
who's
got
joined us,
Scott,
guys.
Capen, and we've got TJ, and Scott is over at the Victorian House. So
Live right now. Do
There
you
you
want to
are.
come stand up and say a few words to the community out here?
hey, happy 4th of July to you. Thank you for being here and being dressed up in the old Victorian look for us.
Oh, that's my pleasure, and I have to plug in for the Patterson House. This is one of the outfits I use when I'm a docent over there. Patterson House is in Arthurwood.
Oh yes, okay. Now, where did you get the decorations? Are they historical decorations? Something you got recently?
Oh no, I actually bought them recently, but I actually decided I was going to step up my game before the Porch Parade even started. So this neighborhood that we're in decorates for 3 holidays: for July 4th, for Halloween, where we typically get 300 trick-or-treaters, and Christmas, where we collect for charity.
Well, that's wonderful. Now, if you gave out candy for 4th of July, you might get more people coming by. You know, just saying. I'm not talking just for me, but but thank you so much. It's truly wonderful to see the spirit that you have, and for all the other holidays too. But it's wonderful to see the spirit that you have here, and that's what we're trying to do, is bring the community spirit up and out. And you know, the city of Fremont has great people like you, and all over the city we're getting people chiming in. So thank you so much for being a part of this.
And I do love your dress, by the way. Your dress is beautiful and wonderful in period costume. That's fantastic.
Let's do one more shot, if you don't mind. Can you have your umbrella up too? That was so cute though, and let's do that too with the umbrella.
Yes.
Sorry, don't miss it. We can share it with the community. There we go.
Let me tell you, an
Yes.
umbrella is necessary
Good.
accompaniment to Victorian clothing, because in the real Victorian day, a woman's clothing could weigh as much as 35 to 40 pounds. I was wearing a suit, I'd be wearing 5 petticoats, I'd be wearing a bustle made out of leather and metal.
Wow.
Luckily, I'm not authentic today.
That's a little much for me, I
Well, I don't know, Brandon. I think you'd look great in a bustle.
I have tried not to wear a bustle, but if I lose another bet, I probably will end up in one. I don't know.
Bustles are much easier.
Oh, that's incredible.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, Thanks a lot, Brandon, Steve.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for going out there, and thanks for showing us.
It was a fun trip, This is pretty amazing,
And
All
just
right,
let
guys.
us know the next house that you're at. That'd be great.
Yeah, just let us know the next house that you're going to. Thanks,
Awesome.
guys.
All right, thanks. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Happy 4th. Bye. Bye-bye.
Wow, that was amazing. That lady did the entire house and got dressed up in period costume with the umbrella.
That was great.
That was fantastic. I gotta admit, nobody gets dressed up that fancy anymore. Not on a daily basis.
No, I have a friend of mine who does that, and I've always amazed that he will wear a suit and tie in hot weather, because for him that's the thing to do. He dresses like that all the time. I'm like, wow, it's truly amazing. So we are supposed to be going to somebody else, but Kathy, do we have Jules Hansen available?
I
Absolutely.
will work on getting that up for you right now. You want
Jules Hansen, if everybody knows, and this is a sad thing that has happened here in Fremont. Fremont had essentially a legacy location, which was the Saddle Rack, and the Saddle Rack Bar and Grill, which is a country western bar and grill here in Fremont. Been around for 20 years, if that. It was a great place, one of a really fantastic place to hang out on a Friday or Saturday night. And they had an amazing band there that Jules Hansen, who was the singer for the Saddle Rack Country and Western Bar for the longest time, Unfortunately, during this COVID-19 lockdown, we've heard, at least I've heard over the last month or so, it does not look like the Saddle Rack will be reopening after after we all reopen. So that's such a shame. But Jules, a longtime, well, a forever resident here in Fremont. I believe she was born and bred here in Fremont. She wanted to do something special for the city of Fremont, to say thank you, not only to us, but to the charitable organizations here locally, to the Elks Lodge and everything else. So let's give her a second here. Thanks, Kathy.
Hello and happy Independence Day, everyone. My name is Jules Hansen. I am a Fremont native and a member of the Elks Lodge. I hope this video finds you happy and healthy and safe in this wonderfully wild, incredibly special 2020 Independence Day celebration. I'm coming to you from my studio. I hope that's okay. And right now, I would like to invite you to stand with me and join me in the singing of God Bless America.
Thank you so much.
That was fantastic. That was really, really kind of gives you the shivers there. That was great.
Well, we just heard that Dan and the planes have touched down back in Livermore, so they're on the ground safely. So beautiful. That's good after the flyover. And we're running a little ahead of schedule, so we have a chance to take a look at some more houses if you'd like to do that, Steve. And
I would love to do that.
All right.
I would absolutely love to do that. There's one, I've been kind of going through this You know, we were talking about before the plane started coming and stuff like that about some of the businesses here in the area. I thought they did a beautiful job. The Milk and Honey Cafe, which I believe is number 4 on our list.
Number 4.
We were doing businesses. I know we've got a ton of residential. We don't have too many businesses, but wow, that's a great little display there. That's a great little display. The Milk and Honey Cafe, that's up in North Fremont in Ardenwood. Right. Just so people know, Fremont is huge. It's massive. It's got like 5 districts. And we all here in Fremont know that each district is about the size of a full city in itself.
Yeah,
So,
and a lot of people don't understand that since I grew up here, I've always been told that Fremont is a big city, small town. It's large as far as how many people are here and the size of it, but it still has a small town feel because most of the people are relatively close. So it's a big city, small town, and we have a lot of that going on here, which is different than a lot of other cities. So.
It is, and one of the things that I've always found is that people, when you're outside of Fremont, people just say, "Oh, you live in Fremont," and when you're inside of Fremont, you go, "Well, no."
Where?
I live in Warm Springs, or I live in Niles, or I live in Centerville, or I live in Ardenwood, or I live in Irvington. There's a wonderful camaraderie, but there's also a district kind of
it's a camaraderie of competition.
Camaraderie of competition here in Fremont. Here's another one that these people, let's face it, they just went all out. I mean, God bless them. Number 35, the Roberts family.
35. Hold on.
The Roberts family, they just went all out. It's number 35. Not only did they do the standard stuff for not only did they do the standard stuff, that the bunting and the American flag and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
they lit it all up too. So not only can you see this in the daytime, which is great, they got a whole entire nighttime scape too. It looks like these shots were taken kind of right at dusk time or something else like that. Kind of give you that pop of color there. A
little tidbit on that too. TJ mentioned that this family they invite people to it's a photo opportunity, their house. So they invite anybody walking by to come take a picture.
Right, and they got Darth Vader up there, don't they?
Do they have Darth Vader?
Yeah, they got Darth Vader.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Darth Vader can be part of the 4th of July too.
He wants to, right?
And
I have a request. I have another request.
Oh, okay. Well,
can you please go back to number 6?
Number 6.
Number 6.
The inflatables. Yeah, I saw that one. That one was making me laugh.
The patriotic inflatables. That's right.
Yeah.
Another one of our big supporters in the community, Cindy Mazzetti and Mazzetti Trucking. But this is her display, and she went all out this year.
Boy, you're not kidding. It looks fantastic. Is that a huge eagle?
Yes,
inflatable too in the center. That's fantastic.
Indeed.
That's great. I love that one. The other one I wanted to show was Casa number 20. I know I'm gonna destroy this last name. Zacate? Casa Zacate?
Oh, that's the Victorian neighborhood.
Oh, that's the Victorian.
The one we were just at.
That's the one. That's the one we just did the live. Casa Zacate. That was the other one that I saw. The other one that I want to the Elliott Street Neighbors, number 28. 28. And who could that be?
I have no idea. Elliott Street.
You don't know?
Who are these people?
But all these people, they literally the entire. Kathy Kimberlin, our wonderful producer today, she lives on Elliott Street. And so, Kathy, tell us a little bit about I did 4 or 5 of your neighbors up and down the whole street do this?
You know, we've got a great community team here, and I moved into this house 18 years ago, and I took over the tradition that the Tellis family, Stephanie Tellis, an alumni of Washington High School, and what she used to do is she would always get the neighbors together to do an ice cream social, to do a barbecue, to do something. And so I kind of have followed in her footsteps, and they love me and they curse me all at the same time and go, now what are we going to do, Kathy? But actually, we have a lot of fun with it, and we get to know new neighbors as they move in by doing this. It's really cool.
Well, that's great.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's really great. I love that.
Thank you.
That. I love it when an entire street gets together, or like the gal just said from the Victorian one a little while ago, they get their whole cul-de-sac. I think it's a cul-de-sac or court, their whole court or cul-de-sac. They get all together and they get everybody together to do that together. It just makes the entire community just feel better. You know, I mean, it just feels like an entire community event. The other one I wanted to show was number 70.
Okay.
Which was I'm assuming there's kids at the house. If there's not, this would be a weird one if it's just one guy. But it looks to me like they got a whole bunch of kids at the house that they all got together and did this together. I think this just looks fantastic.
That's very cool.
They don't have the typical stuff, but it looks like they all got together and they all decided to get the kids involved. I know during this COVID-19 lockdown, guess what? The kids are going stir crazy in the house.
Really?
This is a
How about the adults?
Well, yeah, trust me, the adults are too, but this is a great way to get the kids active, and it looks like they put them all to work and got them out there painting their own signs for 4th of July. That's really, really great to see. Just fantastic to see. So,
All right,
Brandon,
I got something real quick for you. Hang on.
What are your favorites?
I actually just got some information. Let me see if it's coming through. A couple of my friends were texting me, and they had gotten some screenshots of the flyover from the ground.
Oh, really? This quickly?
Yeah,
That's
let me see if I
fantastic.
can get those on. But one of my favorites was a friend of mine's house. She had called me and said she did it. It was kind of fun to watch, to see it, and I'll show you that one in a minute. And I also had another one that was let me see if I can get these up. Here we go, and let me get a screen share. Cool. All right, so let me get back to the meeting, and I'm gonna share this. You can't see it as great as I would have hoped, but that is a shot of the flyover that one of my friends sent over to me.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah.
That looks
So-
fantastic. That looks great.
What else we got on there? See if I got any more. Yeah, here you go. So that's another one a little bit better there. So yeah, some people.
I
are out
have
there
to admit,
watching.
I didn't expect them to fly in such tight formation. I mean, I know this looks, I know they look distanced apart here or whatever
Right,
else
that's
like
pretty
that.
close.
But that feels close. That's kind of like military style right there. You know, I kind of expected a wider shot, but a couple of them look like they're almost tipping wings there.
Yeah,
That's
a little
amazing.
that's a little tight for me.
That feels
All right.
a little tight. You know what? I'd love to do. I'd love. I know Dan Strauss is our correspondent up in the plains. I'd like to see some video of him flying in that plane and seeing truly how close they really are when they're flying in. Maybe it just looks super close from our vantage point,
Where we
from
are.
our distance. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to share one that I really that just moved me a little bit.
Sure.
This is Friends of Children with Special Needs. You know, It's one of those organizations that is basically helps a lot of special needs kids, and they're able to decorate a little bit, the family. And so that's one of those, it's just everybody's getting involved to show their spirit about this. And where's that other one that caught my eye?
There's one I'd like to do, which is number 96.
Yeah, I'll go back to that one in a minute.
Yeah, no worries.
Right here. This one is called Grandma's House. I just like it because it's Grandma's house. What'd you do? We went to Grandma's house, and we did what we needed to do. So what was the other one, 92, you said?
Yeah, 92. Or no, I'm sorry, 96. 96.
Oh, yeah, I saw this one, the chalk card.
You know, this is impressive just because of the time involved. All right? You know, somebody really took, I mean, just to hand do that entire flag on the cement, that must have been a ton of sandwiches and a good 2 to 3 hours worth of time just putting that just painting in that American flag on the concrete. That's amazing. That's an amazing one right there. I found that highly impressive. The other one that I wanted to show, which is quite cool, which is the American Garden.
What number is that one?
That one is 116.
116. Let me flip through them.
It's just simple. It's just nice. It's got the bicycle with the pinwheel on the bicycle. A simple little setting. It's just nice. It's just nice, and it's just elegant and sweet and quaint. And it's nice to see some elegance and some sweetheart kind of vignettes.
Now, the ones that make me laugh a lot are the ones that have the people out there in front of them. And I don't think they understand is they're going to have to do that every year. Now they're part of it, so they got to be out in front of the house doing this, you know.
So is this going to be one of those time-lapse shots for every year? The same kid goes out there every year until he grows from 4 years old to 40. Is that what you're saying? That's what these people are going to have to do from now on? That's fantastic. Brandon, you're muted.
Oh, good. I'm glad you didn't hear that.
Okay.
I was ranting and raving again.
Okay, well that's fine. Rant and rave all you want now.
All right, we've got another video coming up. We've got Mr. Al Nagy from the city of Newark who sent a video on the 4th of July. So Kathy, I'm gonna throw it to you.
Okay, and I'm going to give a little shout out before I start this next video because our friend and dear principal Linda Anderson is now tuned in Brandon, and she reminded me that not only did our children go to Olivera Elementary, but you and I were both PTA presidents at Olivera Elementary.
Yeah, I was trying to forget that one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we were, and it was a lot of fun. It was one of the things we got started in there, so it was great. So Al Nagy, go ahead.
Hello, I'm Newark Mayor Al Nagy with a special hello to Fremont Mayor Lily Mei and members of the Fremont City Council, along with all the residents of Fremont. It's a pleasure to congratulate you on celebrating in such a novel way the 244th birthday of our independence as a country. I want to congratulate the organizers of the Porch Parade. It takes many hours of planning and hard work to put on a successful event, and you're all to be commended for your dedication. Fremont and Newark are different in many ways, but we share a common pride in being a part of the Tri-Cities. Congratulations again on such a wonderful event.
Excellent. We got one of our. We now have Louis Freitas from the city of from city of Newark. Sorry, Newark.
I believe Louis is the vice
mayor.
Vice
of
mayor.
Newark. I want to congratulate you on the Porch Parade recognizing our independence as a country. I want to also congratulate the organizers and wish you a very successful event.
Stop. Don't touch it.
Well, we're all learning how to use Zoom. We're all learning how to do things here for the
During the
shelter
zombie
in place.
apocalypse, we must all learn how to use our digital media. We are now learning how to do it, and it's perfectly fine because the people who are a little bit more seasoned in life are just not as comfortable with the video. So we got another one coming up from the Newark council member Susie Colazzo. But we have the spinning ring of death. There we
Hey,
go.
Mayor Fremont. This is Susie Collazo, council member for the city of Newark. I want to congratulate the Porch Parade committee for doing such an awesome job of creating this event. I'm wishing everybody a happy and safe 4th of July.
Marvelous, marvelous.
So I believe, Brandon, we have our roving house reporters.
The roving house reporters are on the scene. Yes, we've got Scott Capen and Tanajit Singh, also known as TJ, pestering another neighbor at another house. Let's throw it to him. What do you got going on?
Another neighbor at another
Go ahead, Scott. Show us what you got. Oh, he just hid from me. He's connecting his phone. All right, now we got some sound from you. And
Well, maybe he's got a bad connection. You got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're working with cell towers here on our roving reporters. So sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can.
We can hear you now. Yes, we can.
Oh wow! So use your air.
We just don't have any video.
I was in safe driving mode.
Safe driving mode. I hope you're not driving right now.
Yeah, this would be
No.
bad if you were driving.
I'm not driving.
Not now.
Yeah, we just can't see any video. We saw video
Okay,
earlier.
I can't see any video either.
Yeah. That's all right. We'll go back live to them once they
Wait, he's got the
Oh
video.
no, here he goes. Here he goes.
All
We
right,
got
I'm gonna
video now.
spotlight you real quick. All right, so where are you at, Scott?
I think so. I got me.
Yeah, I see you. So if
Can
you
you
turn
see
it around,
this?
we'll see the house. Outstanding. Oh, that's one of the ones we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that looks great.
Number 35, the house that is completely
number
covered.
35.
That is excellent. You've got a blow-up eagle. You've got stuff all over the place. You've got, the freedom there. And this is the one that there has Darth Vader. And that is a photo opportunity.
Some of the folks here.
Hello, folks.
Hello, folks. Welcome to the Fremont 4th of July Parade.
Hey, I want to thank you guys for participating in the Porch Parade.
Hey, Brandon, we have a family here for number 35 out here, and they would like to discuss, they would like to share some facts with us and what they're trying to do for the neighborhood.
All right,
Absolutely.
hey,
Tonight.
let's hear it.
Go ahead,
Let's
please.
hear your
Yeah,
facts.
So we decided after we made our photo booths here that we would allow people to come by, and from 2 to 5, they can come by and take a picture, of course, social distancing with masks and everything. And we'll have free Polaroids that they can have with us. And of course, we're honoring, we're honoring, current and former soldiers, on our wall over here with the salute there in the background. So come on by, number 35.
And I want to thank you for honoring.
Thanks a lot for doing this.
TJ, can you hear me?
All right,
Can you hear me?
Brandon, back to you.
No, he can't. TJ can't hear me.
Yeah, I don't think they can hear you, Brandon.
No.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that was great to know.
Yeah.
Number 35, if you'd like to go take a picture in front of their home, they're more than happy to have you go up, take some pictures in front of their home, and they'll give you Polaroids to take home. That's very kind, and that's very nice. I love it. I love the way the whole community is kind of going together, and every little bit helps. Every little bit helps.
It really does. I mean, it's the little things that really add tangent here. It's the little things that really make the difference. when you're dealing with the community. Just, you know, and it's simple. Yeah, I'm walking a lot in the morning because I need to get out of my house, and it's fun seeing people and just saying hi. It makes people's days. So it's one of those things where you just want to get used to that, and doing more of those things. And what is next? Tri-City. Oh, yes, the Tri-City Band Corps. We've got another video performance from the Tri-City Band Corps. Do you have a bio on them, Steve?
Tri-City no.
So we'll just make it
Unfortunately, I
up.
don't.
The Tri-City Band Corps is a band corps from, guess what? The Tri-City area, you know? And they've been performing longer than I can remember because I've actually never known. But we're going to go to a video of them and just throw to the video of their performance.
Well, that was fantastic. That was great to see. That was truly great to see.
That was great. Now, there's going to be a really little upset of the apple cart. I'm actually going to go out to a live performance of Fantasy Band over close by off of Peralta. And Steve, you're going to take over the interviews because we have a couple of live people. Well, they're all live people here. Otherwise, it would truly be a zombie apocalypse. So you're going to be interviewing. Next up is Mr. Yang Chao, and I will see you in a few minutes over at Fantasy Band.
Sounds great.
You're live.
Just for a little background, Mr. Yang Shao is another one of our wonderful city council persons here in Fremont. Yang, why don't you give us a little bit of background and what you have to say for your constituents here and the folks here in Fremont on this lovely 4th of July day.
Sure. Independence Day is always my favorite holiday in the United States. I recall that when I came to this country 30 years ago as a foreign student, I fell in love with the freedom and opportunities that this country can provide. Indeed, I am one of the beneficiaries of the freedom of this country. I not only got my education, I got naturalized to become a citizen, and I started to vote, and finally, I threw my hat in the ring and tried to run for local offices in a school district and also in the city council. I feel so proud of this country. And as someone who was born outside this country, I spent already more than half of my lifetime in this country. I call this country my home, my country. And every time talk to my friends about my experience in this country, I couldn't help praising this country for what it has already done to me, my life, my family, but also to a lot of people, especially a lot of Chinese in the community like me. So today, I understand that as a member of the community, this very diverse and lovely community, I'm so glad that we can once again celebrate the greatness of this country with people all over the world.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Not only it was wonderful to hear your story, but also for actually being a man of service. And thank you for giving back to the community by going into service and really doing the best. If I'm not mistaken, I believe your district is Niles. Is that correct?
That is correct. And
Okay.
I'm so proud to represent Niles. Niles is one of the district in Fremont that has the longest history. Actually, when I was little, even in communist China, we were still allowed to watch the silent movies made by Charlie Chaplin. And when I learned that Niles was the place that all those silent movies he made, I was so glad to tell that story to my friends because, like me, they were also a fan of those silent movies.
That's fantastic. So essentially, Fremont touches all points of the world at this point.
Yes, we have Tesla. Not only I am a proud owner of a Tesla car, a lot of friends, and relatives that I have in China are now driving Tesla.
That's fantastic. Hey, listen, God bless them, and hopefully they buy more Teslas.
Yes,
because we definitely love Tesla here in Fremont. But anyway, thank you, Yang. Thanks for coming by. It's great what you guys do for the community. Not just you, but all of the city council folks and the mayor, who we just heard a little while ago, who swung by to congratulate everybody for the 4th of July. Coming up next, we got a little conversation to do with Jesse Schaa coming in, our parade. Our parade president here for the day. Jesse, real quick, before we go to our next man on the street, as it were, give some background to the Fremont 4th of July parade and how you guys came up with the brand new Porch Parade for this year.
I sure will. And like you said, we love Tesla, but we also love Fremont Chevrolet. They've been our title sponsor for over 8 years. I'm going to take this off now since I have nobody around. Yeah, Fremont Chevrolet's been our title sponsor for over 8 years. Love their support, along with Robeson Homes, who's been with us since the beginning. Years ago, they saved our parade when we were $5,000 short. They reached in their pockets, helped us out. Incredible sponsor, just like Washington Healthcare. They've been a major supporter, been an incredible asset for our community. We really appreciate them. Years ago, we used to have the fireworks, and we had one of the most spectacular fireworks shows at Lake Elizabeth. And then there were some issues, some little violence and stuff like that, but the city jumped in and said no more fireworks, and then they put on the parade. first year we had the 4th of July parade. They went on for 3 years, and then with financial crisis, they went up to the local businesses, and the local businesses said, we'll take it on. And we had it rotating from district to district to district. Worked out great. But then the problem was people got confused. They didn't know where the parade was and where it was going to be one year or the next. So about 10 years ago, I think it was, or about 11 years ago, we decided, let's make it a centralized location. So we started off, worked with the city, the other business districts, and had a great new committee formed. And we started off at the library and went down Paseo Padre to City Hall. Actually, it was reversed. Our first couple of years, we started off down by City Hall, went around the block and whatever, lots of churns, and then we narrowed it down to this new route we have, which is a phenomenal route. And especially when we have the big helium balloons, when there's not a helium shortage, you look down Paseo Padre and you see all the entries coming down and these big old helium balloons. You feel like you're in one of the big city parades, and we love it. The whole thing is about bringing the community together. A great community event, not just for our residents, but for our outside, we have a lot of people from Newark, Union City, Milpitas, even from over the hill to come to our parade. And then we also support and highlight a number of nonprofits. One thing that's really nice, we were talking about our title sponsor, Fremont Chevrolet. As a title sponsor, they get a float. And years ago, Jesse from Fremont Chevrolet, he said, hey, we don't need a float. Let's donate it to nonprofits, or highlight a nonprofit. So every year we take the title sponsor float and we honor a nonprofit. We've had Make-A-Wish, we had Candlelighters, an outstanding group, volunteers, not to mention the California School for the Deaf, their football team, amazing young group of kids. If you back in the day when they had sports, if you never had a chance to go see them play football, you go out on a Friday night and see these kids give their heart to it, man.
Well, I hate to cut you short, but we do have another man on the street interview with TJ. TJ, are you out there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome. So we are at the next stop on the list, which is on the Ashford Way. And I'll just go around, and they have the kids and the families outside. You can see, and probably will get a chance to talk to the kids out here. And we have got the 7 houses.
Whoa, they have 7 houses all on one street?
Yep, they're all neighbors. This is the second one.
That's great. I love the goofy inflatable thing. That's fantastic.
Yep, that's the third house there. And they all kind of watch the flyover together. And we'll just talk to the family out here really quick. You can see, the grandkids and everyone, they're having fun.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So did maybe you should ask them, did they all get together for this, or did they do this individually?
Yeah, hi.
Hello, welcome to the
just talk to the team out here, Tim.
Hello guys, how are you? Happy 4th of July. So did you guys all get together to do your own street, or did you all do this individually?
We did it together as a street. It's more or less, I would say there's about 6 or 7 of us within the core part. We all did it together.
That's fantastic.
That was the cool thing. I ran out of stuff, and Karen G had some things, and the neighbor over there helped the neighbor across the street. So it's definitely a thing that we all shared together.
That's fantastic.
This is Tim Grant is a special guest on the street, dear. Say hello. Say hi up there.
Well, listen, tell them thank you. Tell them thank you for doing this, and thank you for supporting the Fremont 4th of July here in Fremont, because that looks wonderful. Oh, we have another one. They got a, is that an inflatable?
Yes, that's an Uncle Sam, all the kids did it up here.
Wow, that's great. TJ, can you show us that monument? Wow. Well done. Oh, and they have a mask on Uncle
Yes.
Sam, right? That's fantastic.
So this was a nice neighborhood out there, and all the kids are up in the street. It's pretty awesome.
That is awesome. That is fantastic. We got to move from you, TJ, just for a minute. We've got Brandon Sass. Brandon, Brandon, why don't you show us what you've got at your location? Oh wow!
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, I am here with Fantasy Band.
That's 1, 2.
And they're getting ready to kick it off here in just a minute. Fantasy Band is Joe Amaral and his buddies have been playing for a long time. And we're getting ready to go. You guys all ready? All right, we're going to kick it off right here with the Fantasy Band.
On to the next one.
Hello, City of Fremont. Happy 4th of July. Woo! Take it away, Joe.
Wow, that was fantastic. That was amazing.
Celebrating the city of Fremont 4th of July. We hope you guys are celebrating safe and sane today. Hope you enjoy the music. Let's continue on with the walk.
Wow, they're great, Brandon. Just so everybody knows, that's the fantasy band. I think Brandon kind of cut us off there real quick. I don't know what's going on, but that's all right. Let me give you a little background. This is called the Fantasy Band. Throughout the 1980s, Fantasy was one of the most popular bands in the East Bay nightclub circuit. Over the years, members came and left, but the core of Joe Amaral, sax and vocals, and Charlie Marquez, guitar and vocals, remained constant. The band eventually dissolved in the early 1990s, but still would occasionally reunite to play special events for family and friends. By 2013, the occasional reunions had grown to the point that Fantasy was back to playing regular gigs again for a new generation of fans. Fantasy's current lineup features many of its original members, playing a mix of their old favorites and current top 40 and adult contemporary hits. Currently performing at the Newark Hilton. If everybody knows the Newark Hilton, right literally 2 blocks away from Fremont, at 8809 The Bistro. And they also play at our local joint here in Fremont, the Mojo's Lounge and the famous Florence Bar in Fremont. They also play at the world's famous Turf Club in Hayward and other Bay Area events and venues. Just amazing. Kathy, that was great to see. Did they do that specifically just for the 4th of July? Just came out and tore it up.
They did. I think that they were going to play some more songs. I think we've lost Brandon temporarily. I'm sure he'll try to get back on. So let's hang tight for just a moment.
No
they
worries.
put this together specifically for us today. They wanted to be a part of the 4th of July festivities, and it was a great, actually it was a really great excuse, Steve, for a lot of these performers to put something together. Fantasy band, they haven't been able to get together and play, so this was absolutely a fantastic opportunity for them to safely, socially distance, yet do their thing.
I did notice that they had the caution tape. They had the caution tape at the 6-foot distancing away from the members to the people. And it looked like Brandon was trying to move, get good vantage points there as people were coming up and watching the band play or whatever else like that, and distancing from the band. So it was nice to see them playing in a safe manner. They're out in front of, I guess it was one of their members' houses. They probably just set up right in the middle of the house, right in the
driveway. Yep.
Exactly, which is fantastic to see.
And you'll notice we've only seen one of the videos from the Idea Band, but for them also, they hadn't played in so many months. So what they did is they set up their rehearsal studio to be safely distanced. Got Brandon again.
He's back. All right, let's hear some more music. Oh, well, I guess.
Thank you. To a safe and inebriated 4th of July.
So we'll just hang on here. Maybe we can listen to another song. Here we go. Hey, Brandon, is there a way you can get an interview with the band?
All right, there's a great fantasy band here.
Yeah, can you get an interview with the band?
What's your name?
Go. Daniel. Charlie. Lisa Mello, Niles representing.
Another Kevin right there. Another Kevin. And where do you guys perform at normally?
Mojo's, Florence, Hilton, Newark. Wherever you guys invite us to go. Any place we go. Our phone number or our contact information is right there on the banner. Let us know. That's the band Fantasy.
All right, guys. Fantasy band. You can find them online. Thank you so much. We will see you later. I'll be back at headquarters in about 10 minutes to close everything out. Brandon Sass, your man on the street.
Thanks, Brandon. That was fantastic. That was amazing. It is just an outpouring of love here in Fremont today. It's just amazing to watch all the folks coming in and just really going out of their way to do things and help just make life a little bit brighter here for the folks in Fremont. In no matter which district of Fremont you're living in. Kathy, where is the fantasy band located at? Are they in Centerville?
They are in Centerville.
All right, they're in Centerville. All right.
So listen, I've got some updates for us, Steve. We have somebody's coming up with a location. I think it's TJ. Let's see here.
I don't see him I don't see him coming in on Zoom. Maybe I'm missing something.
Okay. Let's see if we've got him coming up. No. Okay, so then we're going to have him hold on a second
Oh, wait a minute. We got, let me see. We got,
because we have another VIP guest speaker. If we would,
yeah, I can, whoever's coming in, I'd love to chat with him.
okay,
Or him or her.
okay. We're ready. Sit down over there. Rick Jones, you know that guy, Steve?
No, never heard of him before in my life. Rick Jones, he must be from Mountain View, or maybe he's from down south over in Santa Clara or something like that. Maybe? No, we're all teasing Rick. Rick is a longtime native here in Fremont, California, and also another man of service. He is the city councilman for District, and forgive me if I'm wrong, District 2. Is that right, Rick?
Wait a minute, I'm missing Rick. Rick, what's up, man? How are you?
Yeah, Brandon is out on the street, but Rick, check the microphone right in front of you. Make sure that it's on, and say hello to everybody here in Fremont. Nope, you're not on. Nope. Try it again.
Check the mute button.
There you go. Nope, we don't have him.
A 10-year-old.
There you go.
Ah, there you go.
Okay, beautiful. We can hear you now. So anyway, so Rick, tell us all about District 2, and what do you have to say for the folks of Fremont here today?
Well, you know, I am so happy that you guys put this porch parade together. My wife and I drove around yesterday. We looked at so many of the neighborhoods. I had a few favorites. Where we are at right now is actually the favorite neighborhood of mine. A lot of people on this street were participating and got their places decorated. You know, it's just amazing. It's a little bit frustrating in these times that we can't enjoy our parade and have everybody together and see all the hard work that goes into that with Jesse and Greg and everybody else who's involved in that. But you know, we'll get there. The main thing is, I think for now, we need to kind of keep following the guidelines, keep ourselves safe. Again, I know it's extremely frustrating. You know, you can't hug your kids, you can hug your kids, but you can't hug your in-laws. You know, we haven't seen our grandkids since all of this started, except for Zoom. So different times and very challenging, but you know, we have a very, very involved community. I just came from the Family Resource Center where our sick community was handing out food for those in need. So just some amazing people who step up during all of this, and we all take care of each other. So thank you so much for having me and for you guys all putting this together. It's an amazing event.
Well, listen, but just so everybody knows, this is all volunteer. Everything that we are doing here for this porch parade, first time ever done actually here in Fremont. This was kind of a we tried to figure it out as we're going along. There have been some hiccups, you know, during this whole thing, but as long as everybody knows that we're doing our best for it, and truly, it is just an amazing outpouring of community spirit, as we've all seen trying to do this the Zoom thing, and I want to thank you, Rick, and all the other city council folks, plus the mayor who we had on just a little while ago, who have really kind of come out, be visual for everybody here, and know that their city government is working for them and doing the best they can under these trying times.
Yeah, well, thank you for that, Stephen. It has, again, it's been a challenge, but we're trying to provide the most resources that we can for everybody who is struggling through this. And we have a lot of programs available. If you check with our Family Resource Center, we've got about 25 different agencies that are there just to help people in need. So, you know, and then all of our nonprofits. It's just amazing the way this community comes together and steps up. So thank you all so much.
And thank you for coming. And
Absolutely.
thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for emceeing, Stephen. I'm glad you didn't make me sing.
But just remember, there's next year.
Oh, yeah.
There's next year. I may make you sing next year. That's coming up.
I don't think any amount of practice would help.
All right.
So everybody, we've got TJ. TJ's got another one. Our man on the street, TJ, is coming out. We're gonna go straight to him. TJ, who do you got for us now?
Here you go. We are on the Baffin Avenue out here, and hold on for me 1 second. All right, can you guys see it now up here?
Yeah.
Let me just step back and give you a bigger view, and then we'll go in and talk to. There we go. Look at how beautiful.
Oh wow!
Here.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right.
They did the whole thing, did they?
And you see there, like, we have a special guest out here. Do you want to say a few words out here? Happy 4th of July. Why are you dressed up today?
Happy 4th. I'm dressed up because I am a candlelighter, and normally the candlelighters participate in the 4th of July parade. So if you look to your right, I took out the train that's usually in the 4th of July. We have a couple of witches who are just kind of hanging out playing cornhole. And my child care kids made the flag, helped me make the flag, and there's over 700 pieces of paper in that flag. We have our engineers and our and over 120 flags in the lawn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing this.
So much.
Yep. Thanks a lot.
That's a great idea.
And thank you, TJ. And just so everybody knows who the candlelighters are, if you haven't ever been to the Candlelighters Ghost House, that happens at the Hub every year. They have an amazing. They put together an amazing thing. For the they have an amazing thing for the Candlelighters Ghost House. Jesse Schaa, who is a candlelighter. Jesse, before we get on to our next interview, if you could kind of give everybody a little background on the Candlelighters and what they do here for Fremont.
Candlelighters is an amazing organization. They've been together for over 50 years. Originally, it was just all women, and then their husbands and friends were the ones who did all the physical work, but they've been doing fundraising. They make the most amazing caramel apples. They have the game booths, the little ghost house that's appropriate for all ages. And like what they do is they pick 4 to 5 different sponsorships to or organizations to sponsor. And they're like they've donated to, and yet you don't really hear of them, and they like it that way. So but it's a great organization. Their caramel apples, they raise so much money. They're the hardest working men and women that I know, and they're getting up there in age. If you're interested in becoming a candlelighter, they are looking for new candlelighters too all the time. So if you know a candlelighter and you want to help donate your time and effort to a great cause, contact a candlelighter, and you will not regret it. It's a great organization.
Well, thank you very much for that. So it looks like we have a new guest. Our new, again, another city council person has come in here, Mr. Raj Salwan, who is a district. Have you been? Are you floating districts at this point?
Yeah. So, hi, Stephen. How are you?
Good. How are you, Raj?
I'm doing great. Yeah. So right now I'm an at-large council member. So I like to joke that myself and one of the council members are a dying breed. We'll be the last of the at-large council members. So that will always be in history before we change over. So
Raj, thank you so much for coming down, giving your time for the 4th of July. Give us a little bit of your background, and also what's your message for the folks here at in the city of Fremont for this
Uh,
definitely trying time here in 2020.
Well, first of all, happy Independence Day to everyone. I wish I could see all of you. July 4th Parade is one of my favorite events every year, but this disruption has definitely affected all of us. And, we're so fortunate that we have such a great, strong community and a great 4th of July committee with all of you that has been resilient year after year, despite the budget cuts, despite the struggles. We're still here. We're still doing the annual tradition. So I feel very excited to be here and to be a part of this. And I had the opportunity to be a committee member a few years ago. So it's very exciting. And I know people are struggling. I know that our small businesses are suffering right now. And so, we need to do everything we can to support our local businesses, our small businesses. And so I'd like to remind everybody, who's watching this to make sure we support our local community and our local businesses. But thank you to all of you for what you guys are doing.
Now, one thing I want to mention is, community is something that has come up in almost every single conversation that we have, and you've always been a big part of that. And I want to thank you for that. But I also want to thank you for that shirt. Okay, that is a killer shirt. We all need one like that. And you always show your spirit, whether it's 4th of July or every single day of the year. You're always out there doing something. So I want to thank you so much for doing that, man.
The credit goes to my daughter. I was going to go out with a plain shirt.
Oh, great. You and mine both. Yes, they help pick out our clothes. That helps us out. That's great. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for all you guys are doing, and happy Independence Day to everybody watching.
Great. Steve, what's coming next? I just literally walked back in.
I've got something to show y'all.
Okay, cool.
I wanted to share something we offered this year for the very first time. Thank you, Raj.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wanted to show you something that we had started. Let me clear my screen a little bit here. Whoops. So logo wear. On our website, we have added some very fun and festive items, courtesy of Greg and Dan from Pacific Promotions. So we have ball caps. We have mugs that can be made personalized to you. And it's the very first Porch Parade, so it's kind of a cool collector's thing. I have one, and I have a cap also as well. Then we had people ask for other things. People wanted shirts. People wanted caps for kids, clothes for kids. People wanted caps for adults. They wanted lapel pins. They wanted a patriotic face covering. So this is still up on our website. So if anybody feels like shopping, there you go. FremontFourth.org. And I do have another video for us if we think we're ready for one. Are we ready?
Yeah, why don't we go to that? That's the Kung Fu Institute, correct?
This is the Zane Kung Fu Institute. And there's the bio. Steve, do you have that, or does anybody have that handy, or would we like to say it afterwards?
I've actually got it handy if Steve doesn't. Let me just scroll down right here, since I got to thank Kathy because she did some great notes and everything here. So a lot of the stuff is right at our fingertips. And one of the things is the information on the Zhang Kung Fu Institute. It was established in 2013 by Sifu Zhang and two of his wonderful trainers. They're a family-oriented, award-winning kung fu school that in many they win international and world competitions. They also take their students to performances in different cities, which supports the self-confidence and teaches them teamwork. And now we're going to see a little video from the Zhang Kung Fu Institute.
Okay, thank you guys for letting me air that. That's a group who this year
Absolutely.
they were going to
That was great.
they were going to be a part of our parade and be like the pre-parade entertainment. Like in the years past, we've had the family of clowns go down the parade route and entertain folks as they're waiting. And since we couldn't have them participate in that way this year, we kind of give you a little teaser of who might be joining us next year at the parade. And I think we're on to our next.
I'm actually going to jump over to TJ real quick. He said he had something going on. So TJ, what do you got going on over there? TJ, can you hear me? Apparently TJ can't hear me, so go ahead, Kathy.
Okay, actually, I am done with that, but looking at our schedule, looking what should be up next, it should be a song from Idea Band.
So yeah, we're gonna go back to the Idea Band. They have another song coming up, I Want to Hold Your Hand. So why don't we go on over there, and then we'll read, they got the national anthem, and then we'll get ready to close this out.
Okay, here we go. Herbert Chugh on the drums.
They're great, aren't they?
They are really good.
They are fantastic.
And
wow,
we're gonna go over to Scott Capen because apparently he's got something else going on. So Scott, if you can unmute, that'd be great. Okay, I'll unmute you. Okay, unmute again. There we are. All right, what do you got, Scott?
All right, Scott, where are we at?
Where are you, Scott? We can see you. There we go.
All right, I have
We see the house, Scott. Is there anything you can tell us about it? Okay, well, it's a house.
I think we're having. I think we're in a situation where maybe they've got.
Well, he's waving at us. Can you hear us?
Oh, it looks like they're giving out free treats for the 4th of July for everybody.
Yes, that's a way to garner votes, is give out free Rice Krispie treats. So that's great. All right. So, well, it seems like we're about to get ready to wrap up. So I'm going to come back over here.
I think so.
We're going to come back over here and talk to, sorry, I can't highlight myself.
I got it for you.
We're going to sit here and talk to Jesse Shaw for a few more minutes and just talk about, what came out of this and talk about the prizes that we're going to give out and when that'll happen.
We had a fun day, I think. You did an awesome job. Steve did an awesome job. Our man on the street, Scott, PJ, Dana, and Man in the Sky, and Kathy Kimberlin producing all this, putting together. Awesome job. You guys did amazing work. Getting a lot of positive feedback. We're thinking we are to make the Porch Parade part of next year's 4th of July parade. We have some great prizes for the winners, the different categories. We have some amazing gift cards, some swag, parade swag, and some great gift baskets for everybody. So,
are these little masks available as part of the giveaways?
We did not know about these masks, but Dan Strauss, our man in the sky, surprised us with these this morning, and I'm getting a lot of hits. People want them.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll probably have these available on our website.
I got to be honest with you. I'm very jealous. I'm very jealous. They look fantastic, and I wish I had one.
Yeah, when I got to the fantasy banner, it's like, oh, where'd you get the mask? So, it's very cool.
So we will be, I'm sure that'll be part of our lineup, and anything that's bought on the website goes to help pay for the parade, help to pay for this fun little event, help to pay for some of the prizes. Along with that, we have our sponsors. Once again, we have Fremont Chevrolet, credible title sponsor. They've been with us for years. Robeson Homes, who gave us a nice sponsored us this year, or sponsored the flyover this year. Incredible organization. We thank you, Mark, and all the great people at Robeson. And then Washington Hospital Healthcare. Like I said, they're all part of this great, amazing community, along with our other sponsors that we've had throughout the years. And we have a number of in-kind sponsors this year. Chick-fil-A, Krispy Kremes, Mission Coffee, Nose Bagels. We want to thank them all for the nice little VIP treats they provided today, and Saki's for Saki Spinning Yarn for providing a lunch. A nice hot lunch for the pilots when they landed in Livermore. So we want to thank them
let's
all.
give out a big shout out to Saki's Spinning Yarn.
Right.
They went above and beyond the Call of Duty today. They drove, I believe they drove out, how many meals did they drive out to the...
20 at least, right?
I think 20 steak sandwiches, I heard.
That'll work for me.
I would take a steak sandwich. I'm in the mood for a nice little barbecue. But
absolutely.
Anyway, so yeah, amazing little community, everybody coming together, all the residents. I can't wait. Fremont, we have so many entries. I went out, I haven't even hit half of them yet. So I'm going to be driving around today and tonight.
I went to 5.
And go try to visit all the residents that we have and the businesses. Credible, the website does its justice. And unfortunately, I can't judge, which I'm glad, because too hard. Too many choices. I don't want to judge.
And let me say, if you haven't had a chance, ladies and gentlemen, please go to the Fremont 4th of July Porch Parade website. Take a look at all the entries on there. I believe the final total is
131.
131. I think we were hoping for 40 or 50 at the beginning. Is that what we're kind of looking at?
Well, I gotta say that, you know, I want to thank you all for including me in this, because, you know, we were supposed to have the parade, and it's me and Steve, and then it's like, what are we gonna do? And you guys came up with some great ideas. This has been wonderful. We were able to get some other people involved, the band's involved, some of the singers. I know they're excited. Just to get some of our local performers some publicity, so they can go out and see them after this COVID is over. And you know, I think we're gonna get ready to close it out. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to say.
So, Kathy, if you can close it out the way we started with the national anthem.
We're just going to say goodbye real quick.
Yeah.
And on behalf of the Fremont 4th of July Parade Committee and all our sponsors, thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, your patience. Hopefully we brought a smile, some laughter to you, and made you proud to be part of Fremont. I love this town. We all do. And let's keep Fremont strong.
Right, and we're going to close out here with the Idea Band. Thank you so much. I had a great time. And, hey, let's go. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched are so gallantly streaming. In the rocket's red glare, the bombers the air give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Or say there's the star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free in the